I'm Desta French. Thanks for watching Music News.
Desta French, great to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. An amazing set here at British Music Embassy at South by Southwest, Texas. Have you been here before?
Never been to Texas. I've never really been to the States before to perform, so.
How did it feel up there?
It felt really good. It's the first show, so like, yeah, I was kind of nervous, but it was fun.
Bringing the Latin vibes to Austin?
Indeed.
Via Camden?
Via Camden, yeah. Literally.
Yes, I mean, how did this sort of whole influence start?
Well, my mum's Colombian, so I grew up just listening to a lot of Latin music. Just kind of, just by default really, like a lot of salsa at communion parties and just social gatherings, and then started making music, and I initially started off with more of like an R&B sort of feel, and then just with time I just really wanted to incorporate more of those influences, and there isn't really a massive Latinx community there, so it was a lot of experimenting and like working with producers that didn't necessarily have those that language available, so it was a lot of just experimenting and showing them like, oh look, this is this artist who inspired me growing up, and fusioning some kind of London Latin sound, I guess.
And yeah, so you're very much part of that?
I feel like I'm very much part of that, yeah. I guess, well, within the kind of, in the kind of creative, on the creative side of things, yeah, there aren't too many, there isn't that much representation in the media, so although there's quite a significant underground culture for me, there still isn't really that much representation to like someone who doesn't necessarily know about it. That makes sense.
And you're going to be moving to Mexico?
I am. I'm planning to. I actually don't know if I can say this on camera because I haven't told my boss. Yeah, I'll be in Mexico for at least a month in April, and the plan is to create there. And I just feel like it would be an interesting base. I've been in London for a little while, and I feel like Mexico City is affordable and also just wicked. I love it. And near kind of certain parts of America that have a bit more of a Latinx community and a bit more of a diaspora of Latin people there who may kind of relate a bit more to my music.
Absolutely, and
potentially.
The vibes there.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Exactly. Collaborations with whoever.
Exactly. I was in San Antonio last night, and I really want to go back there. They were teaching me loads about just Chicano culture, which I've only ever seen in film. So like being in a community party with like the lowriders outside and stuff. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of really exciting.
Really good. Yeah.
What about the Day of the Dead festival and that sort of in London?
Day of the Dead. Yeah. I mean, I'm not Mexican, but I would love to go to. I'd love to be around on Day of the Dead and like find out more about the culture. One time, I also have a platform called Bonita, which is all about Latinx, like alternative Latin culture in London, and we put on nights and stuff, and we did a Halloween one, and the theme was kind of like Day of the Dead, and we had like an altar and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm out here learning, I am very much Latinx, and I do identify with that, but like I said, I'm via London, and I'm kind of on this journey of like just rediscovering what that means. That isn't just what like my mum and my aunties presented to me.
Yeah. And debut album-wise, what can we expect?
I've been working on an album for about 3 years since lockdown, and I'm going to do it in, I don't want to say too much, but I'm going to do it in 2 parts. Because I said it was too much. And yeah, I'm just working out how to put it out really. I'd like to do it independently, so just working that out.
Do you have the songs sort of written or?
Sort of. I've got demos. Yeah.
Oh, so you know what's going to go on?
I've got demos, and I'm pretty sure about the track list, yeah. Yeah. And it's kind of like a conceptual album. Very different to anything I've done before. It's imagine Quentin Tarantino needed a soundtrack, and it was based in like London and Colombia. That's kind of like, that's the closest thing I can explain.
Sounds like a film I want to watch.
Yeah.
And,
hopefully.
Yeah. So would there be any collaborations on there, or?
There's a few I want to get on there. I don't know if I will manage to get them on there. There's one with an artist called Liana, who's a Colombian artist. She's like an OG in like the sort of like R&B scene in Bogota, in Colombia. Total queen, and I'm really gassed that she agreed to be on it. And then there's a couple of other people I've got in mind, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
How does the songwriting process work for you?
It differs every time. I work with a lot of musicians. It might just be me and a guitar. Sometimes I'll just try and get some chords out myself, but I'm not that good, so I often work with another music writer. Or it could just be with a producer, like start with beats. It could start with just a vocal idea. Yeah, it can start in lots of different ways, but yeah.
And who have you sort of looked up to, draw inspiration from?
It changes, but I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I'm a really big La Lupe fan. I did a cover of her song in this set. Yeah, it changes. I really like, at the moment, a lot of like Fania All Stars is like a record label that existed like in the 70s. A lot of Latin music came out of there. Your Lauryn Hills. I love Mariah Carey. Yeah, it's quite a big list.
Yeah. And for somebody that hasn't sort of quite got into you yet, what 3 songs would you say, check these out online, they sort of sum me up as an artist?
I would say my favourite song is Guajira, to some people. Guajira, I really like that song. I feel like it's just mainly because it feels like a bit of an accomplishment, like it has quite a lot of the references that I'm interested in, so that kind of sums a lot up. If I was to pick one song, Guajira, there's a song called Beautiful Kind that's like hasn't really had that many plays, but I really, even if I listen to it now, which I don't anymore that much, but I like the lyrics and that. What else? Oh, and then Tabaco and Ron. Tabaco y Ron is the last one that I played today. Again, I like it because it just everything worked nicely with that. Like I directed the video and it was perfect, and like it cost like no money, and it just all worked out perfectly. And like it's quite rare that happens, that like your fantasy about it is made into a reality. It changes sometimes. You do a photo shoot and you have something in mind and it becomes something else. This was quite close to like everything about it just worked out.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to say to
just check out my music, and yeah, I'm Desta French. I don't know what else to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.